mean, wow, where do we even start? We're just gonna say sorry. We're gonna apologize. We screwed up bad. We screwed up real bad. Talking about something we should have never, ever talked about. And we just want to say sorry, and we really hope that you guys forgive us. We know we shouldn't be forgiven, but we ask for your forgiveness so that we can just move on with our lives and forget that anything ever happened.
In our world, we are seeing more and more cancellations all the time. Cancel culture is on the rise, and what better time to talk about it? Me and my friend Bryce here have done numerous hours of research to get through all the intricacies so you don't have to of the wondrous culture or co-culture of cancel culture. Today we are going to be talking about the meaning of the word, where it derives from, some examples of people that have been canceled, and objectively speaking, what are some pros and cons of this co-culture? All right, starting off. So, when you look at the Merriam-Webster dictionary, you can see cancel culture is the practice or tendency of engaging in mass canceling as a way of expressing disapproval and exerting social pressure. So, that is the dictionary definition of the word. But let's spell it out a little bit easier for me. So, I got my friend Bryce here. Bryce is a great guy. Really just smart, funny man, just a kind soul to all that come around him. Just likable overall. But after a little bit of digging on old Twitter, I was moseying around and I found, Bryce over here has a strange little fascination with punting babies. Love it. So bad for Bryce. He's treated me so well over the last few years, but after that 2014 post of punting babies, I don't think it's gonna fly. He's a bad guy now. Alrighty, we will continue on. So, looking at a Business Insider article of why cancel culture is so toxic and how to effectively hold folks accountable by Dubin Azando, I found that cancel culture kind of originally derived from Tumblr. So a bunch of fan bases would go on Tumblr and just try and dig up random crap on their celebrity, whoever, their icons. They would have a lot of weird, bad information on them and then just kind of smear them a bit. But that's kind of where cancel culture originally derived. And that was in 2014. All right. So now that we've talked a lot about where cancel culture derives from and what it means, let's go into who has it affected.
Who do we see here? A list of celebrities. We see T. Swift, Cristiano Ronaldo, Elon Musk, Kanye West, Logan Paul, and just for shy, we see the one and only, The Weeknd. But what do they all have in common? All of them at one point in their career canceled for something that they did. Now that this didn't last forever, but they made a mistake. They screwed up, and that affected them for a certain amount of time, and that will never be forgotten. It stands with them for the rest of their careers. Some of the most common reasons for being canceled, and this is just with everybody, not only celebrities: sexual assault allegations, racist remarks, supporting different brands and companies that have a history of being canceled before, and not supporting social movements. Some of these movements include the Black Lives Matter movement. You may support it, but if you don't show your support in certain ways, you have a risk of being canceled. Next up, we have companies. According to the PEW Research Center, an article made by Emily A. Vogels on the 19th of May in 2021, she talked about some of the companies who have been canceled and why they have been canceled. One of these companies that definitely stood out for me was Chick-fil-A. I hate to break it to you guys, but Chick-fil-A is homophobic. Now, who in here, just by show of hands, is homophobic? Nobody. Perfect. Who in here likes Chick-fil-A? Oh, I should see 2 hands from this guy. Oh. But I hate to break it to you, you guys are supporting a homophobic company, and that is the issue we see with cancel culture. We're trying to start a movement where we get rid of these bad companies, and yet we're the ones supporting it. I know it's a good chicken sandwich, but is it really worth it? Next up, Urban Outfitters. I'm wearing Urban Outfitters pants right now. And they were busted for cultural appropriation during the Black Lives Matter movement. Instantly, when that became a thing, they tried associating themselves with it, and it just didn't go to plan. And they were accused of cultural appropriation. Finally, our dear Aunt Jemima. We love syrup. I love syrup, and she makes the best. But not too long ago, she was canceled for the logo. Something was off with the logo. Society didn't like it, and it was decided that they would have to change it and get rid of it. The comeback. Everybody loves a good comeback story. Some of the celebrities that I listed, you'll notice now, most of them aren't canceled. Kanye West, how is he still here? Nobody knows. But he just released an album, he's somewhere doing well. Society will often forget why someone was even canceled, and we move on like nothing ever happened. And that's where the apology video comes into play. It's iconic. We've seen some of the greatest, most entertaining apology videos of all time. I don't know how, but they work. People just seem to forget.
All right, so now that we've gone into what it means and who is affected, is it a good thing? Let's see. All right, let's get into the pros first. Starting off, it keeps people accountable. Pretty much all through history, people that have been higher up in the world are not held accountable for their actions. And finally, we can do that. The little man has some power. This can be shown on like a lower level as well. In like high schools, for example, you can't just go around saying slurs anymore. You're gonna like face consequences. I kind of went a little bit into punishing the elite, but especially financially. One of the big things that I really saw in like the articles that I read was it really like empowers the people in the sense of, oh, these people are saying things that I don't agree with, or people are saying things that I don't agree with. I don't actually have to like support them anymore financially, and I'm actually really having an effect on them. And that's kind of why like the whole thing of cancel culture is it's not just like disliking someone, it is financially withdrawing support from them. That's like kind of how they gauge on the only way it'll work. All right, going into the cons. People just feel like they're walking on eggshells in society. I mean, like, I know I've felt like that from time to time where I feel like I can't voice what I can, like, not that I can't voice what I want to say, it's more, I don't know if I have the tools to properly phrase it. And I feel like a lot of people feel that in today's day, which isolates a lot of people and can lead to more radical extremes, which I feel that we've seen in our society recently. Another thing is it ruins people's careers. I know like everyone wants to like take money away from like Kanye West or The Weeknd or whatever for doing saying heinous things, but you know, like a average Joe, minimum wage guy, or a middle class man makes an unfunny joke. Is it really worth it for him to get his job like taken away? I don't know. That's for you to decide. In an article that I read by the Foundation for Economic Education, I saw that 80% of Americans say that political correctness is a problem in our country. I find that quote really interesting because I interpret that as monetization, or sorry, demonetization. No, it is monetization. Sorry. But yeah, people don't want to feel controlled, and that's kind of what they're feeling like in today's day, especially with like the expansion of the internet and everything being saved and archived forever. People can feel a little trapped, especially like they have never felt before.
All right. Conclusion. Today, we informed all of you guys about cancel culture and the influence that it has on society. Should it stick around? That's up to you guys. We're trying to create what seems to be a socially perfect society. We want everybody to be perfect, no mistakes, and that's what cancel culture does. Cancel culture is a new movement, and it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. Watch what you say. Me and Big Mike are out there, and if we catch you saying something bad, you too will be canceled. Thank you.